can be pretty loud on this. As my PS4 gets pushed further and further in its lifespan, it's harder for it to do things and the fan becomes louder. So hopefully that's not too loud or distracting here. So, here we go. This of course will be on the Final Dungeon channel eventually. Right now I have to stream it on my own because that's all it's set up for. But we'll migrate it over. So, right, so I actually did do a playthrough of the original that I didn't finish, although I did quite a few pieces of it. Maybe we'll finish, and I haven't migrated those over to the channel because they're long, so they take a lot of time to transfer between channels. But we'll see how that goes. So this, of course, is the remake. It came out last year, one of the most anticipated things in my life, gaming or otherwise, really, because the original just has meant so much to me for so many years. You know, I was among the first people playing it, you know, and at least the general public goes in North America on September 4th, 1997. Although its official release date was September 7th, it got released unofficially a few places here and there. I had pre-ordered it from the Sony store at the time. I'm not going to talk too much about the original here, just because obviously that's on those videos. But of course I have to talk about the original to talk about this one. So we're just doing a new game here. And hopefully this will be, yeah, like completely just normal difficulty. Completely new data. Haven't played in a while, but this playthrough isn't about perfection or being particularly fancy. It's just about getting it done and my own impressions. So of course, this is not the entire game. This is only the Midgar section, which was only about 5, maybe 6 hours of the original game. This obviously is a full game. You can get to about 20 some hours, maybe close to 30 hours out of it. And obviously a lot of stuff is added, to the point that I think some people felt like there was padding. Most of it didn't bother me. I do think this is an astonishing achievement. You know, years ago when they talked about a remake, I never knew if it was actually going to happen. As we said, things remain a little kind of uncertain. I know that it's going to continue in some capacity. They're going to do the rest of the game, although I have no idea how many games that would entail. And of course now the PS5 has come out, the PlayStation 5. And oh boy, you know, and so you can even upgrade this to the PS5 version if you have one, but that seems far off for me, which sucks, because that's the only real reason I want a PS5 right now, is just so I can play this upgraded. Okay, the fan's taking it easy, that's better. Nobuo Uematsu. Of course, here's Midgar, so a nice extended intro here, actually in the daytime, which is a little different, so those who remember the FMV sequence of the original. It's just Midgar at night. This shows, I guess night is just about to start. I guess the sun is setting. Because this does open in the same way as the original, with Avalanche's attack on the Mako reactor number 1. So they do say Mako in this. I always used to say Mako, but I will bow to what's been made canon now. At least I do say Chocobo, right? I remember there were people I met that said Chocobo. I was like, you are ridiculous. There we go. But same sort of thing. Here's Aerith in the slum. They make a few things maybe a little more obvious. Same music, beautiful. Because they had this whole wrinkle that's not in the original game, with those weird shadowy spirit things that we're going to encounter. I don't mind it. Yoshitaka Amano, there's the lead artist on a lot of the previous Final Fantasies, but not on this one. Final Fantasy VII, of course, was a sort of a new direction in not just art style, but in everything, being the first on what was then the next generation of consoles, the 32-bit PlayStation. Now we get to pull back and see all of Midgar, and it's, oh man, there's Loveless to play. I mean, this is a great moment. This was great in the original, and it was so great to see it done here on, you know, PS4 hardware. Look at Midgar in all its glory. I mean, gets you so excited for what the rest of the world will be like. All this is within Midgar. You can't wait to see stuff outside. And of course, the other thing I was going to say about the PS5 is it's also the one that has the Yuffie episode. So they're going to have some sort of like story that takes place, I guess, roughly around the same time as the events of this game. It's like, meanwhile, here's what Yuffie's been doing, I guess. Again, they make some stuff a little more clear that wasn't as clear in the original. Like how years ago the war that they mentioned was basically a war fought between the Shinra and Wutai. This actually mentioned Wutai. In the other game you kind of have to put the pieces together that yes, Wutai was the one who fought them and they lost, and they lost badly because by the time you get to Wutai it's basically reduced to like this kind of sad, tacky tourist location. Tourist trap. So of course the gameplay is completely different too. This is not a turn-based RPG like in the old days. Now you're running around hitting stuff in real time. Adapted to it quite quickly. And here's the other big change, which is great, is that we have our characters. There's Biggs, Jesse, and there's Wedge who just jumped down. They get so much more screen time and so much more just focus and attention. Barrett with the sunglasses, nice. Nice addition.
Get down here, murder.
And of course, we got voice acting now, something that was not in the original, so I think the voice acting is really good. I'm really happy with the English voice actors. They did their homework in getting these people. Damn, just when I thought the fan was gonna calm down, it's gotten going again, so I don't know how annoying or distracting that'll be.
You're up.
I could wind up deleting this, we'll just see. Alright, so yeah, now I... Ah, is that how you do it?
You're coming with us. Nice and easy.
Don't think so.
Stand on stuff to pick it up. There's nothing back here, but we're gonna look anyway. It's always nice to take in the scenery. I remember, like, you know, this was the demo. This portion was the demo. So I wanted to squeeze everything I could out of it at the time. So I just took my time and looked at everything. Of course, you know, I get the full game.
Who the hell? Hands where I can see him.
As you can see, Cloud is considered the muscle.
Have fun.
Avalanche are a common group with the same goal, whereas Cloud is just considered hired help.
Freeze! Move and we shoot.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so all sorts of new wrinkles here as far as combat goes. Very different from a turn-based RPG. I'll make sure I'm not too distracted. Yes, thank you. Don't want to get too distracted and like not notice my HP.
You got this.
Yeah, what he said.
There we go. Alright,
You're
so it's
coming with
R1.
us.
Yeah.
Can't get surrounded.
Moves me around. I'm gonna roll a lot. A lot of my style is bobbing and weaving, so if you're gonna stick with me throughout this, it's gonna be a lot of rolling.
Nothing to it.
They're down. Again, taking a look at the scenery. Right on. So let's open our first chest. Nice and glowing. Potions. I don't even remember how to use... It's been a while since I played. It'll come back to me. Same music as the original episode. In the original... Okay. Break open some stuff over here too. Yeah, so recovering Mako shards helps you regain MP. I don't think I have any spells at the moment, but we'll move on from that. Jessie is so adorable in this, I love her.
Is he one of us now?
I think a lot of people fell
He's
in love with
got
Jessie when
balls
this game came out. You know?
What was his name again?
Now that she has so much more definition
And
and
he isn't a soldier anymore. Still, he's a professional, unlike the rest of us. I'm glad to have him.
This is
I mean, it's all sorts of different dialogue
When
and
it's done,
stuff, but
we're done.
it's still the same sentiment. It's still the same message. You know, kind of a group of idealists. They're actually glad to have Cloud around.
Got two.
Damn right, I'm a joy to look at. Whereas Cloud remains cold and aloof and saying, this is just a gig to me. I'll talk with Barrett, who doesn't trust me from the get-go.
Enough. We're done here.
Are you gonna say
Give it a rest.
Come on, nobody do something this crazy just for money.
Somebody was watching, so I
They
knew
may not
exactly
think you're a true believer,
how well
but you know
the
what I think?
volume's holding up.
What?
Back it off a little, maybe. It's been a while since I've done this.
Wedge.
Nice badass
You better
tattoo.
be worth the money, Merc. Every last gear.
Sure. I've got Mako eyes. Again, this is right from the first game, just that establishing shot of looking at the reactor. Later to be eclipsed by the establishing shot of looking at the Shinra building, which is the climax of this.
Get him, boy!
Oh no, they're setting the dogs on me. They're pretty tough. Just the two? Okay. Of course, you can go into Punisher mode, where your movement is limited, but your attacks come swifter and stronger. It's a good thing to do once you're down to one last enemy, because then you can just focus on him. But I wouldn't recommend doing it while there are multiple enemies around, because then you're vulnerable to their attacks. Still feels a bit low to me. I don't know though. Maybe I'll watch this later and realize I'm being drowned out by the game's volume. It's very hard to tell. That's why I wish I had somebody here with me. Let me know how things are going. Things through here. Up we go. Where's the button? Cloud with his signature Buster Sword. Oh, you can see the materia in there, the green materia. That's the other thing. You can like physically see not just the weapons, but where the materia slots in, which is very cool. However you arrange it, is how it will show up in the game. What's the pause? But what's the... Alright. There's your map. I guess I'll look at the other stuff later. Cloud might have either lightning or fire. I want to come too.
Not so fast. We've got company.
Oh, I can't.
Job's a job. Right that. It's over.
The other guy's still up? Where'd he go? I already killed him? It's you and me much.
Alright.
Staggered. Once you get stuff staggered, you can really open up on them. Staggering is a really important thing once you're dealing with bosses.
Never in doubt.
Because you're going to run up against certain bosses that are quite hard to hurt. And it's not until you've inflicted a certain amount of damage on them and get them staggered that you can really open up on them and finally do something to their HP. Remember, let's see. No. Right, so that's items. Do I even need this? Yeah, that'll help. Just trying to refamiliarize myself with the controls here. Like I said, it's easy to forget what I'm doing. Wait, is this backwards? Yeah, this is backwards. I just went back. Get your head in the game, cool. What's weird is, as a lifelong gamer who's played so many different sorts of games, all manner of maps and locations and things like that, I've never gotten a very good sense of direction. Yeah, that's right, we were going through the fence. And yet I have a good sense of direction, like, in real life. I'm usually pretty good at going where, like, east, west, north, south are. And I have a good sense of, you know, how to move in a straight line and all that. And yet in games, I'm kind of hopeless. And even in simple things, I'm constantly referring back to the map so that I don't go off course. I don't know why that is. So my job here is obviously to draw security while the rest of Avalanche do the infiltration.
Is that it?
Don't be disappointed, Cloud. More potions. Where am I at? Oh man, that's hard to read. Never mind. I don't remember how to cancel these commands. How do I? Right. Yeah. Can't have that up forever. Oh, gotta hold it. Where we split up, Wedge is gonna stay here. Words of wisdom from you, Wedge?
I'll secure our escape route, okay?
That's right, I'm right up in your face. I'm a close talker. Not what you'd expect from Cloud. Run. We're coming to the point where finally Barrett's gonna have to join in on the fighting.
Soldiers may attack on command, but I hear they make good guard dogs too.
Yeah, just keep pushing.
Bet you've seen a few reactors. So how do we get to the bridge above Mako storage? Ain't holding out on me, are you? Stamp scared to bite the hand that fed him? Or is
Stamp.
he a loyal little doggy?
We'll eventually understand that Stamp reference.
Have it your way, Mutt. We can do this.
Yeah, I'm
with
already
you,
having
or
some
we can do
weird
this without you.
Mako flashback stuff
Different
happening.
reactor, different
A lot of this
layout.
stuff happens a lot
Depends when it was
earlier
built.
and more significantly
Never seen one like
to Cloud
this.
than in the
I'll
original game.
manage.
Plus, and we're going to get to this, you know, Sephiroth having such a heavy, heavy presence, which is really the only thing I don't like about this remake. I feel like, I understand what they're saying. They're saying, you know, this is a, even though it's a part of a game, it still has to stand on its own as a full game, so it has to feel like you're accomplishing something, so that's why you have big fights with Sephiroth at the end. But, and they also say, you know, Sephiroth, he's one of the most popular Final Fantasy characters, arguably easily the most identifiable and popular Final Fantasy villain, antagonist in the series. And I thought, you know, his mystique is gone, so we're not even going to try to use it that way. We'll just put him in your face. And I don't particularly enjoy that. What else can I do?
Don't you worry. Biggs will have the door open soon.
In 3, 2, damn, I'm good.
So, yeah, we're not even there yet. But that really is my main criticism of the game, is there's just way too much Sephiroth way too soon. It's not that I don't enjoy Sephiroth. It's not even that it's not well done. I just feel like I like it better to... I mean, everything that happens in this game, in the original...
He's alone! We can take him! Make it rain!
Yeah, abilities.
You've got
Stop
this.
interrupting me with a meeting. Yeah, so the events that this game takes place over, in the original game, you don't even see Sephiroth at all. He's just a name that gets mentioned. Whereas in this, not only do you see him, but man, you encounter him directly, you know, several times for long, and of course the whole ending sequence is quite a few direct fights with him.
Simmer down, hotshot.
And I don't particularly like that, but I understand the reasoning
Someone who can
behind
get
it.
us the passcodes. Pity no one else at command will talk to us, but what can
Damn,
you
I
do?
thought the word was getting out on this. Apparently not.
We're good.
That's okay.
Careful in there.
I'm not really thinking of this as a live broadcast anyway. This is, like I said, this is really for the sake of the Final Dungeon channel. Just can't do it yet.
Well,
I like to talk
what
to
are you
everybody.
waiting for?
I like to be thorough. I like to talk to everyone.
Security is only gonna get tighter, so be ready. We can't afford any more mistakes.
Who made mistakes? I didn't make any mistakes. Where is my HP? I can't see it. Well, it's full now. Better to err on the side of caution. But yeah, I don't really think of this as a live streaming thing anyway, because
Looks like
the point is this is supposed to go
another
up on the Final
Mind
Dungeon
pushing that
channel for
button?
people to watch in the future. But if anybody comes along, well, we'll be fine. Wait, what'd you
Looks
say?
like the elevator's on another floor. Mind pushing that button?
Ah, yes. Yeah. Doing commentary does split my attention a little bit.
So, you know Tifa, right? It's not really my business, but are you guys close?
Tifa getting mentioned a lot earlier. Don't ask me stuff about my past. My crazy brain can't handle it. But there's Nibelheim. Now this I don't mind at all. I don't mind it. I don't think this is too much too soon. I think this is cool. I like that they're mentioning Tifa. I like that he's having some memories of Nibelheim and Tifa back when they were kids. Young Tifa. I like all that just fine.
Tifa
Plus the
died.
music was on point. It's the Nibelheim music. I mean, it gets used at other points in the game too, but... Oh, Barrett, you're so gruff but lovable. Grunt. Plus here we get something that didn't happen in the original, is that we're being monitored. There's the president, and there's
These
Heidegger.
sewer rats appear to call themselves Avalanche, sir. We are currently investigating whether they belong to the same group that made the attempt on your life. Rest assured, our inquiries will not take
Heidegger's
much
such a great
longer.
fascist. I love him.
This pump's sole purpose is to drain the planet dry.
Ah,
While
here
you
comes
sleep,
our little
while you
speech
eat,
from
while
Barrett
you
about
shit, it's here sucking up Mako.
eco-terrorism.
It doesn't rest, and it
Why we
doesn't
do it.
care. You do realize what Mako is, don't you? Mako is the lifeblood of our world. The planet bleeds green like you
They
and
already
me bleed
agree with
red.
him, and
The
I
hell
don't
you
consider
think's
myself
gonna
one of
happen
them.
when it's all
but
gone, huh? Answer me!
Barrett likes speeches, what can I say?
You gonna stand there and pretend you can't hear the planet crying out in pain?
Something
I
we do
know you
eventually
can.
literally hear.
You really hear that?
Damn straight I do.
Get help.
Oh, I can't believe he just said that to Barrett.
Say that again.
No
I'd
time,
worry
we're
less
on the
about
job.
planet and more about the next 5 seconds. Save the screaming for later.
Utility access. Oh, now we get some security bots.
Our
Time
lives are on the line
So
now.
now Barrett is part of the party.
You listening, Merc? One false move. And that happens.
Damn, there goes
So
the
much for having Cloud do all the fighting.
fan again. My poor PS4,
There are
I
some
wonder if
places
it's just
a
gonna
sword
die.
just can't reach.
That is a terrifying thought. But I mean, the fan's been loud lately, had some problems with it.
Bear with them for me.
And I
would
feel
you?
like I'm so far off from being able to get a PS5, it's just not in a position to do that.
Should have asked for more money.
But we'll see how things go. Yeah, so now, once we get control back here, Barrett will be in the party. And again, it's quite a different experience than a turn-based RPG. Here you basically, you have the ability to switch between characters whenever you want. Barrett. Got the overcharge. Hold it down for the shot.
Gonna throw your sword at him? Let the
And yeah,
man
since
with the
he's got the
gun.
long range weapon, we really need to be
Hands ain't
controlling him
got
here.
nothing on me.
Yeah, I
Now
get
for
it.
the real shit.
Targeting can be a little dicey at times, but figures it out.
Still,
Ah!
hurry up. Ooh, gotta love it. See ya.
Things are pretty tough.
Come on.
In most battles, you know, I'd be rapidly switching, but since these are long-range enemies, I'm sticking to Barret.
Get your ass out of here!
Alright, so that's L2 is that. Oh, okay, the directional buttons are like switches. It's funny how quickly I forget. So now that we got stuff down, do your job, Merc.
That's that.
Switch on back.
Don't forget to aim.
Oh yeah?
You get used to it pretty quickly. And you switch between them fairly seamlessly. This is the way we came, isn't it? I believe it's the way we came. How's everybody looking? Is everybody okay? Yeah, we're good. I've been playing Nier Replicant a lot lately, so it's funny, you just get locked into a style of playing, and it's like, even though I played this game to death, how quickly like my fingers and everything kind of forget how to do this.
Great.
Those things will hurt more than your pride if you're careless.
Now, of course I can do this flawlessly, but since I'm doing this for the channel, I'm sure I'll screw it up.
Kind of thing before.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Figure out the timing of the lasers.
Screwing up here doesn't mean death.
Make a move when they cycle off.
Exactly. I'll go first. Nothing like a little danger to get the blood pumping.
You know it, Jesse.
Just keep those baby blues of yours on me.
Holding R1 to dash. Yeah. Oh, here we go. First set, of course, is very easy. I don't think there's anything over here, but...
Not too shabby. You're
Yeah,
doing good.
very straightforward. Gets a little tougher as you go, but nothing significant. The timing just gets a little more complicated. Oh, see? I got too eager. I did it again. I'm kind of glad that I screwed up, because now I don't have to worry about if I do or not. It's like, I'm not going to do it perfectly. Come on. Seriously, are you... Geez.
Nice job, Cloud.
Not that great, but good enough.
Phew. Well, I'm glad that's over with. And we're all... Look.
Okay, now our
They don't
first
call
sort of
those
major
things
enemy.
Speedboats for nothing. They can wipe out a whole squad in seconds.
Not if you wipe the floor with them first.
Cloud's unimpressed bravado continues. No surprise there.
We can take this hunk of junk.
That hunk of junk is a
You're
heavy
getting
weapon.
close, Cloud.
If we rush in, we die.
Is that right?
Need to hit it with magic. That should give us an opening.
And magic. Spells. Thunder. Sweeper.
Make your eyeballs pop. Hey, it's not moving.
Let's pin it down. Give it all you got.
And get some Punisher. Getting ready.
It just had to get back up.
So we knock it down again. No time to complain. Don't overdo it.
About damn time.
Taking over.
Sorry. My wires crossed there.
That it?
Gotta...
Hang back. Still in.
Right, so those would have been limit breaks in the other game. Braver and the other. Now there's like special abilities you can do at certain times. You can't do them over and over again, but...
You're up.
Let's.
Right. Staggered.
Now's our
Perfect.
chance. Go.
Don't need to tell me twice.
I'm getting punish mode.
Enjoy this.
Just finish it.
See ya.
So it's a good warm-up for when you're fighting more powerful enemies later. Gives you a good idea of how to handle them. Both Cloud and Barret have over 1,000 HP, so they're in good shape.
Soldier first class. Doesn't go until the 20s.
What the hell are you talking about?
He wants your age.
I mean your age, not your goddamn rank.
Cloud is 21, for those wondering. Barrett is 35. Now, I've always considered Sid to be the oldest of the party, but I got the official like art book of this game, or like for the one that the Ultima one that has the art for 7, 8, and 9, and in the character like profiles or whatever, it shows like Sid is only 32, but that doesn't track with me. To me, Sid is definitely the oldest of the party.
That's our target.
Older than Barrett, probably in his 40s.
Gotta set the bomb at the bottom.
As is the case with most Final Fantasies, like the cast is always very young. Aerith is actually a couple years older than Cloud. She's 23. I believe Tifa's 1 year younger than Cloud, so she'd be about 20. Yeah. We're not gonna hurry though, because do what I always do in games. For instance,
Scared, huh?
More like excited. I've been dreaming about this for years.
not always just taking the most direct path, but being thorough.
Heads up, boys. The end's in sight. Leave the rest in your capable hands. Good luck.
Alright. So it'll just be Barrett and I from this point on.
Not that way.
Yeah, I was just taking a look. I get it. Yeah, so sometimes the game doesn't let you explore, because they want you to get on with it, I suppose. That's how mercs go down ladders. No time for climbing.
No match for me. Enough.
Sentry gun, huh? Barrett, you handle it. You got this. I've got this. See? Even though early on, before they've developed really any sort of rapport, and they don't really like each other, they still have chemistry, damn it.
You think if we fell in, we sink right down to the bottom? To the planet's core?
No. The pump was...
We could have gone down there, but I wanted the stuff over here. And it's always good to get XP where you can.
Deal with that.
About damn time! See ya!
Ow.
How'd you like that?
How'd you get over here, Cloud? Get back in the game.
Get your ass out of here! Bring it home!
There we go.
Nothing to it.
How's everybody looking? We don't really need it, but we have a lot of potions, so why not? This is why the real reason we came to this chest, which has ether. Okay. So we're coming up to the first boss fight of the game. I have to say, when I played the demo, I was kind of taken aback by how difficult the boss was. I mean, I did beat him, but it really lets you know that boss fights in this game are demanding. I mean, just try it on hard mode, man. I've beaten this on hard, yes, but it doesn't mean I didn't die a few times in the attempt. Alright, so in the original game, this is the first time Cloud has sort of like a weird freak-out flashback thing happen to him.
Alright, let's see if little Stamp really can bite the hand that
Again,
feeds.
calling me Stamp, but that will be explained later on if you pay attention.
Do the honors. Prove to me you're the man Tifa says you are. That you're one of us.
Never said I was. I'm just here for the paycheck.
Then do the damn job, right?
Then do the damn job!
Can't argue with that. So I wonder, I'm not sure how many pieces this is going to be broken up to. It'll have to be a decent amount. Because I don't want these episodes to be too long. Not just because they're long to watch, but also because since I can't stream this directly to the Final Dungeon channel and I have to move it over later, that process takes a while, and it takes much longer if the video's long, which is the main reason. Of course we do 20 minutes. If you say 30 minutes, he calls you cautious. If you do 20 minutes,
Pretty cocky,
says you're
ain't you?
cocky. There's not any winning with Barrett. It's funny, most of the game does not have you know, time constraints, but I didn't do it. Some cool security here.
Heads up.
What in the hell?
It's their scorpion thing. But yeah, I was pretty shocked by how powerful and difficult this thing was.
It's got reinforced armor plated, but the internals can be overloaded. Lightning magic.
No other option, huh?
Yeah, I got lightning magic. I'm not ready yet.
Taking over.
Let's get the spells going. So, yeah. Following the rules of Final Fantasy, if you're fighting something mechanical, lightning is always the weakness.
Let's do this.
Back up.
Keep it together.
With all the thunder you can. Yeah. The technique I like to use, I'm sure plenty do, is like, since a spell is a bit automatic, once I've set it off, I'll immediately switch characters so that while the spell's being performed, I can control somebody else. I'm sure lots of people do that. Moves around a lot.
A barrier? Never
Yeah,
seen
right. This is what really makes it tough.
Thought you were the expert.
So what's your brilliant plan?
Also, another thing that made, you know, in the original game, taking this guy out not so hard was, like, by the time you got to him, you could
It's my time to
hit him
shine.
with probably a couple limit break
Or go
techniques.
down in flames. Right.
Whereas in this game, this version, it's a lot harder to get limit breaks. It takes a lot longer.
Less talking. More
I mean, at least that makes it worth it. They really are worth it when you finally get the opportunity to use them.
This thing is tough.
It wouldn't be much
Right.
of a weapon if it went down easy. That didn't work either.
Get through that shield.
There! Attack it from the rear!
Alright, soldier boy. Show me what you got.
I'm trying. Let's see, hit it with the focus thrust.
Here, take the lead.
Oh, you might want to back up, Cloud. Running out of MP shortly, but I've got some ethers.
No effect on target.
No point in using fire, really.
Don't overdo it.
Come on.
Last one before I have to use an ether.
Focus and find a way. Damn it.
Get out of the bubble. Damn it, too slow. I'm a bit rusty, but this will come back to me as I get home, so I'll probably do a little swap at the start.
Oh, you in for it now?
Just shoot!
Give yourself that ether, Barret.
Still in it.
As you can see, it still has a great deal of HP. This fight's really kind of a marathon. It's really just sort of trying to give you a good idea of what you're in for when you do boss fights. There are a handful of boss fights in this game that go on quite long, even if you know what to do right from the beginning. The bosses are just that resilient. Which I don't mind. It's something different. It's not like boss fights couldn't be long in the original. It was just a completely different sort of
Gotta heal up.
situation. See, he said gotta heal up. That was his own idea. So the game does try to remind you a little bit too.
You got this.
My turn. Another barrier?
Man. Cloud looks close to his limit, but we'll see.
Deal with that.
Probably one of the most annoying things about limits in this game is, like, unlike in the original, once you set off a limit attack in the original, there's no chance of it not hitting. But limit attacks can actually miss in this game, just because of logistical things like distance and, or maybe sometimes, and I hate that they do this, you can even get knocked out of it. So you're about to do it, and then suddenly the enemy hits you, and that's it. You don't get the attack off, and your limit's wasted. That's really annoying.
Here we go.
Some punishment. Thanks for the heads up.
Off! Don't just stand there. Help me out, damn it.
Oh, right.
My turn.
Yeah. That was well timed.
Sure am glad I paid you a fortune in this.
You ain't
That's right.
paid me yet.
Money's the only reason I'd save you, Barrett. Oh, here we go. I think we're at the limit. First things first, though. I want to help make sure Cloud doesn't get killed.
Give him hell.
Cross slash. Okay.
Last words. It's on now.
Nicely done.
All right. Don't just fight.
Here comes yet another wrinkle. What you got? Mini rockets. Great. Pretty intense. Alright, so now it's going to start using like the
Watch
tail
the
attack.
tail. You don't want to be hit by that laser.
Huh? So, what do we do?
Don't get hit.
There, get behind the
Take cover
debris.
behind that debris.
There we go. Unfortunately, we eventually run out of cover.
Strike now, before it fires again.
I mean, you can say that the game is, you know, doing a lot of talking, but the truth is, I mean, the characters would talk to each other and try to encourage each other and help each other figure out a way to fight the thing. So, it doesn't feel like the game necessarily just throwing in a bunch of instructions at me.
Sure could use a break.
It seems natural that the characters would talk and try to help each other out.
Deal with that. My turn.
What you got? Focus thrust.
Gotta memorize these.
Why are you facing that way, man?
Hey, it's
Okay.
doing that thing again.
Find
Yeah.
cover and hunker down.
Again and again and again.
Calling fire. Keep it together.
Yes, it's fun. It's wide open. Gonna light it up.
Taking over.
We're getting there.
Get ready. It's on you.
Been a
More
while
thunder.
since I had to go all out.
Well, you're gonna be going all out from now on, Barrett. Oh, shit. Every time that happens.
Getting tired of that laser.
Next, don't get tired or complain.
And you get tired of my complaining, huh? Solid copy.
Good banter. Come on.
It's wide open. Gonna light it up.
Please do. Get in there. Get out of it. Ah. I keep holding that for too long and getting caught inside the zone there.
Kiss my ass. Give 'em hell.
My turn.
There we go. That's what I wanted to
Military
see.
grade armor and a reactor.
That seems unfair. If you thought staggered, time to really open up on him. Now he's going berserk.
Oh, hey, what's it doing now?
An auto repair unit.
Now it's starting to heal itself. That's really
Gotta take it out quick.
pretty early in the game to be facing a healing enemy, but
Way ahead of you,
we're trying to keep things different, so.
Gotta time our attacks just right.
Smack
Hold
at
out
that
until you
tail.
spot an opening.
It really is exhausting our potions,
When I
but
get my chance, I'm gonna blow this bastard the hell up. And that's a problem.
wow, we might see Barrett's limit. Probably not, but we'll see. Couldn't hurt. What happened? I was trying to heal Barrett. Looks like he got hit rather than... Okay, Barrett, try that cure again.
Ain't done yet.
Oh, taking the brunt of that. So close.
Everything.
Always getting hit with there.
Deal with that.
Even when I try to roll, Barrett's getting smoked by that.
I ain't about to quit after coming this far. Hey, you still with me? We better bring the heat. Hey, quick!
Ready when you are.
Okay, we're very close. Crippled the left leg. Now just hit the main body and finish this bastard. There. We got him. Got one last Hail Mary. Okay, a laser going berserk.
Shit, the bomb!
20 minutes until...
And now the bomb is triggered and we got 20 minutes.
You hear that? Damn thing showed you how it's done.
Come on, we've got to move.
No time to stand around.
Where should be covering our way out? Go, go, go!
Eric Credit. He's in good shape. He's not just arms, he's got good cardio. Although, he will famously bitch on the stairs, just like in the original. Something I don't think is quite as good as it is in the original. Talking about the stairs of the Shinra building, if you choose that route, which I always do. I like the sneaky route.
Tough, but doable.
I don't actually have to fight these things,
That's that.
but it doesn't take that long.
See ya. That it?
What's my HP at anyway? Yeah, that's fine. Oh, here's Jesse's little moment. It's the right way, isn't it?
You okay?
Yeah.
Do I look okay? Help a girl out, would you? My hero!
Hey! We'll link up over there! Look after Jesse!
Come this way! This route should lead us straight to Barrett. Probably.
Probably.
I think I see an exit. Come on!
Now smash stuff. I don't understand, I have a compulsion. I must smash stuff. Okay, now we can go.
Don't look back! Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Hello, free chest right here. 2 potions. I mean, it's your first time playing through, it's always a little stressful to see that timer counting down, but
You're not helping.
Sorry, it keeps me focused.
But really, 20 minutes is plenty.
Have it your way.
Barrett. You have to climb one-handed, you know, but he gets the job done. These things are annoying.
I've got you covered! Find us a way out of here!
But then...
Don't worry, I'll be fine.
I wonder how much these Shinra goons are paid. Not enough.
X, soldier boy.
They're here! Take them down! We don't have time for this shit! It's off ticket!
Cool it. 5 seconds is all we need.
Yeah, a bit more than that, Cloud, but it's the right attitude.
Right! Watch it learn! How'd you like that? Want some more? Still? Get your ass out of here! Let's go! The other way. Gotta get the hell out of here ASAP.
No argument here. And another one. Well, actually, I was hoping you could hit it with thunder. You're not quite ready.
My turn. Let's do this. Don't overdo it.
Alright! Watch and learn! I'm counting on you!
Yep. Come on. There. Alright. It's times like this where I can easily get turned around. Need that chest, then we go up. There's always that little pause before you open a chest where you wonder if you lined up with it properly or not. I would get turned around here. Trying to remember where I'm going. See, that's another thing. When I'll be making my way through a place fine, and then I'll get in a fight, and the fight will screw up my sense of direction. Is that it? No, there's still something.
It's on you.
Need my help, do you? See ya!
Come on. Alright, go, go, go.
All done.
Cocky little bastard, ain't you?
That I am. Knuckle cards. Where are we going? Through here. At least the laser rods are off now. But now these guys are really annoying. I really hate these guys. Much stronger than in the original game. And as you can see, he's really good at dodging. Which is annoying. Let's see if fire hurts him a bit. Yeah, not bad. Shock trooper, that's bad.
Not bad.
See, this is the exact kind of thing that turns me around. Like, which way is which? Is this right? We're going up, so it has to be.
Concentrate.
Ah! Oh, take those turrets out, Barrett.
Get a load of this!
Taking over.
Ah, come on. Okay, I'm a bit floppy. Barrett, you're supposed to be shooting those things, so I can deal with these guys unencumbered.
Don't overdo it.
Here's the cloud. Potion for me.
You ain't getting out of this.
Oh, you finally target where you're supposed to target, Barrett? There, that's what I needed. You done? Crap, there's another one.
Need my help, do you? Ain't your thing.
Finally.
Nothing to it.
14 minutes. It's okay. We got time. That went off early. As you can see, our bomb wasn't much of anything. So this is deliberately changed from the original too. Maybe to make us seem like less, you know, terrible terrorists. They see that our bomb did very little damage. But then the president gives the order to complete the rest of the explosion themselves. All the robots go haywire and causes a much bigger explosion. But we don't know this. We think that it was our own bomb that causes all this destruction. And you're going to see the fallout of that. And people, particularly Jesse, who made the bomb, feel really kind of guilty about it. But it's already showing how manipulative and terrible Shinra are, and that they're willing to blow up one of their own reactors just to make us look bad and help turn public opinion against us. Shinra running Midgar very much like a police state, except, you know, they're a militarized company. They were an electricity company originally, and now they control everything. But they clearly would have detractors, so it's important to them to make sure that, like, people will not sympathize with a terrorist group like Avalanche.
If I couldn't, believe me, you'd be the first to know.
I'll take that as
I love
a
her
yes.
cool metal breastplate. I love our interesting sort of like steampunk post-apocalyptic garb. It was always implied in the original game, but you know, graphics being what they were, couldn't really tell. So well before this game actually came out, there were plenty of like drawings and concept designs that showed their clothing in better detail. Yeah. They wanted the big explosion so it could do a little collateral damage so that the public would be really terrified of us and also hate us. Think they don't care who they hurt. Which isn't true. We're not trying to hurt any civilians. Oh, of course, power goes out for the whole sector. Got a noisy cat here. I know what time it is. Give me a break. So we're getting close to some of the first Sephiroth stuff, which... Chapter 2, Fateful Encounters. Which I'm not very happy about. I forget how many chapters there are. Maybe like 27?
I followed the instructions to the letter. Maybe it triggered a reaction with the Mako?
Shush, cat.
Well, let's hope the city's still in one piece.
But the planet's what matters, right?
Well, the city is part of the planet.
I mean, this must have helped some.
After all that, it had better have. Anyway, let's get going. We in Sector
The original
8?
game does get into some of the philosophizing here about, you know, whether or not
Lead the way.
our Avalanche's actions are justified. Because at the end of the day, even if Shinra are evil and don't care about the people and are sucking the life out of the planet, we still are terrorists. There's not really any other way of putting it. Eco-terrorists, but still terrorists. And we're not throwing red paint on people with fur, we're blowing up shit. So. That is mentioned in the original game, but they try to go in a little more detail here, and also try to make it look like we're not even that bad by having Shinra really being responsible for the explosion. But I'm gonna get separated from the group pretty soon.
I felt that one in my guts.
Thanks, Wedge.
Keep on coming.
We need to get out of this place.
Was it the Mako density? The primary explosive? The blasting agent?
See, Jessie's really,
Can figure that out later.
really upset by it, and she's trying to find answers.
Empty here.
You can refuel at the base.
Next time I'll have to bring.
But as Wedge, Big says at the start, I'm a professional, and they're not. The idea is, you know, they don't have like official training. It's all sort of self-taught stuff. They do okay.
That's about as good a place as any.
Stand back then. I'll set the bomb.
Yeah, another bomb. That's a good idea.
Wait to see you, Marlene.
Can't wait.
First mention of Marlene, Barrett's daughter, now adopted daughter, but yes. I never liked the name Marlene, and sometimes I think playing the original game, I used to just like mispronounce it on purpose in my head. It'd be like Marlin, and I don't know why I thought that sounded better, but I did.
Fire in the hole!
My favorite comic book character, Moon Knight, his recurring love interest and girlfriend is named Marlene, and I've never really been happy about it.
Let that be a lesson to anything that gets
I guess she'll be in the Netflix show, not Netflix show, the Disney Plus show, which there's no time for me to go into how complicated that my feelings on that are. But Moon Knight's right up there with this for things that I love and mean so much to me.
Unidentified intruders have detonated a bomb inside Mako.
So other stuff on the channel, I know that Jay has been promising a collection video for quite a while, not only showing his own, but somebody he knows with a really cool retro collection, so hopefully we can get to that. Not sure exactly what Eric's up to, but we have a proper episode coming up. Of course, we just did our really fun movie commentary of the movie The Wizard. I was racking my brain trying to think of other stuff for content, and I thought this was something good. Because it's really not about how well I play the game or anything like that, even though I think I play it just fine, because you can find that all over YouTube, but just my own impressions, my own thoughts. Because this game and the original game and the Final Fantasy series in general is just such a big presence in my life. It's meant so much to me. I'm not one of these people that plays these games and then forgets about them, you know. These are emotional experiences for me. They mean a lot. I really get swept up in the story and the characters in the world. I mean, there's games where that doesn't affect me, but Final Fantasy totally affects me. And 7, only 6 is higher for me. 6 and 7 are just two massive, massive games in my life. My two favorite games of all time. They're back into speech mode again. Trying to tell everybody, don't worry about your doubts. We're the good guys.
Your fears, your worries, your concerns.
I mean, Barrett is the leader, and he sees himself as such, which is why I guess it's so difficult for him later on in the game to realize that once things have moved beyond Avalanche and it's become about saving the planet in a more literal way and dealing with Sephiroth, he has to admit that Cloud has to be the leader at that point.
We get our asses home.
And even when Cloud's out of commission for a while, Sid becomes sort of temporary leader based on, I guess, his experience. Because like I said, it doesn't make sense to the idea that Sid is younger than Barrett. That's never how it's implied in the original game, and I'm sure it won't be. I hope they get a good voice actor for Sid. You can hear Sid done by a voice actor in the Kingdom Hearts series, and I hate it. So hopefully better than that. I really love Aerith's voice here, but still the best voice in the history of female voices, Mandy Moore, was Aerith in the original Kingdom Hearts, but she did not come back to play her in Kingdom Hearts 2, which really broke my heart. This actress is really great, though, and I urge you to watch. You can see footage of her, like, playing the game, and she gets involved. Like, I love that. She doesn't just deliver a good performance, but she likes the game, and she cares about the character and the story, and that's great. Because, you know, we as fans, we all have these things that we get really emotional about and love, and sometimes it's upsetting for us when we find out like maybe actors involved don't love it the way we do. But to them, it's just more like a job, a role, whatever. Not that they don't care, but they don't love it the way we do. I mean, it was really nice to see that this emotionally affected her. There's some materia.
Just doing my job, nothing more.
Cloud continues to try to uphold his image as
I'm lucky you were there.
a sociopath who doesn't care about anyone. What's interesting is 8 takes the same sort of approach in that the main character in that, Squall, and it's kind of the same thing in that Squall starts off like really cold and doesn't like anybody.
You do know how to use it, right?
You do know.
Okay, healing materia, so that's cure. Yeah, I don't need a tutorial on materia. I know what I'm doing. Let's just or maybe I do, because I can't remember how to set it. There we go. So there, I've got the healing and the fire, both on the Buster Sword. The bronze bangle doesn't actually have any slots. There's Pizzel. Hi Piz, thanks for coming by. Is the fan really loud? It sounds really loud. It's driving me nuts.
Before I forget, here's a little something extra.
I think I'm pushing my PS4 too far here.
Really was the ride of a lifetime. Well,
I've never, like, whenever I did live broadcasts of games before, they were usually, some of them weren't even PS4 games, so, but this is one that pushes the hardware to the max. So here you really get to see the devastation and feel all sorts of guilt, because we all think, this is our fault, we did this, we caused this, even if our intentions were good. Look at all these people that are scared and hurt. Plus you get a little bit more of seeing Midgar, which is really one of the main differences in this from the original game. The original game really limited how much of Midgar you saw at the time. But in this we get to obviously see much more of it and explore. I mean, in the original game, this whole trip back to the hideout in Sector 7 is quite short and straightforward. Whereas in this, it's much longer and involved, and it's going to even have some Sephiroth stuff. Yeah, I mean, it didn't start out that way, but a few years down, it just, as the hard drive gets filled up and the games become more difficult, and you start needing to push the thing to its max. It'd be great if I had a PS4 Pro, but why do that now with the PS5 out, right? I feel like I'm missing something. Obviously, there's people to talk to. But I thought maybe there was another chest or something. You don't have to hurry here. You can take your time and look at everything. A lot going on. All the different people in the crowd, plus the PA. Trying to tell everybody that everything's fine. Shinra will take care of you. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Oh, this is probably the chest I was thinking of. Grenades. Become pretty obsolete later in the game, but early on they're decent, and I'll try to remember that I have them. Oh, the guilt. Quite a bit of destruction, more than we were planning on. Of course, we don't know that Shinra did it. See, there you can see the second materia in the slot there. There's the healing materia, so they both show up in the sword. So that's something that's really cool, that all the weapons in the game have their slots, and you'll always see the materia exactly as you've arranged it. Great, an injury. I mean, it's not like everybody that works for Shinra is terrible. Most of them don't know what Shinra is really like at the top.
Station's intact.
Right, yeah, because the plan is just to go to the station, catch a train, head back. But see a little more look into this steampunk world that is still closer to like 21st century, like real world, which was a real departure for the series at the time. Final Fantasy 1 through 6 stayed in a very sort of medieval slash steampunk kind of setting. But I mean, here we've got not just guns, we've got helicopters, computers, security cameras. Alright, so now he's getting some flashbacks here to Nibelheim burning to the ground 5 years ago. And our first shot of the badass Sephiroth. Now this little bit I don't mind, but they just really overdo it here, and it's just way too much, way too soon. Again, I understand why they did it and what they're going for, but I just mean all this Sephiroth all up in your face right at the beginning of the game does not sit well with me at all. I really enjoyed the light touch of the original game, where Sephiroth was just a name, but we didn't even see him yet. And then at the very end of the thing where he, spoilers, kills the president, we still don't see it, we just see the aftermath. We don't see Sephiroth at all until, you know, the flashbacks when Cloud tells the story at the inn in Calm. So it's even longer before, you know, we physically actually encounter Sephiroth. The whole point is we're trying to chase him and catch up to him, and he's always a step ahead of us. But in this, he's right in our face from the very beginning. So, I mean, is he here right now? I don't know. Obviously, some of this is, like, weird hallucination stuff. Because, you know, this looks like parts of Nibelheim, so that can't actually be real. And so I don't really mind this bit, because they're keeping it somewhat ambiguous, I guess. But I mean, as the game goes on, especially once you get to the Shinra building, I mean, he is there, and he is talking to us, and we are fighting him, and that just all seems like too much too soon. But I figure they just felt like the game it wouldn't feel like a complete game unless there was some sort of confrontation with him. But I don't know, man. I mean, if that's your first confrontation with him, how are they going to do the end of the game, how many years off that is? Because it's so crazy and epic. By the time, like, it's over, he and Cloud look like they're, like, fighting in space or another dimension or something. And this is supposed to be the beginning. But we'll just see how that goes.
You're not real. You're dead.
I am.
I killed you with my own...
Oh, you need not remind me. It was the crowning moment.
Also in that official art book, it said that Sephiroth's age was about 25. That seems too young, too. That means he was already a legendary hero by the time he was like 20. Again, maybe push it just another 10 years, make him 35.
Silently, painfully.
So yeah, there's a few of the ages in that book that I don't know how official they are. Maybe it was just part of the original art concept. Maybe they're not official. Because, you know, the idea is supposed to be that Sephiroth has been gone, presumed dead, for the last 5 years.
Were the planet to die, so many things would be lost. Your hometown burned so bright.
No, I don't mind any of this. This was all fine with me.
Pleading from despair.
I realize, you know, Sephiroth's not as mysterious as he once was. Have a little bit of this, because it's still ambiguous if he's in my head or if I'm actually physically seeing him, whatever. But, yeah, all the stuff at the Midgar building rubs me the wrong way. I just kept wanting... It's funny, it's one of the few times where I kept wanting the game to end and it kept going and I wasn't happy about it. Like, usually, you know, the more the better. It's like, yeah, let's go, let's see more stuff. This, I was like, okay, let that be the end. Okay, let that be the end. Okay, yeah. I'll be saying this all again when we get there. Many hours from now.
Run away. You have to leave. You have to live.
I'm getting mixed messages here, Sephiroth. I thought you wanted me to come to the reunion. And reality reverts.
Good, Cloud. Very good. Hold on to that hatred.
Yeah. So, I mean, good dialogue. Good stuff. It all sounds like Sephiroth. He's got that weird condescending air, and he mixes that in with being deliberately ambiguous and mysterious, like not really, never answering direct questions or saying what you expect him to say.
Fumes from all the Mako, maybe. Alright.
Yeah, you have no idea how screwed up you actually are, Cloud. Which is another reason why I've always loved the original game in Cloud, because I really appreciated what they did with such a tortured character. Yeah, I mean, there's a part of the game where, like, he literally does kind of break for a while. Like, he doesn't just shake it off or learn a quick lesson.
I'm gonna miss my train.
Yeah, if you miss your train, all will be lost.
My baby's at the station.
Can't go this way.
Quickly. We have
Ugh,
to get him
this is depressing. I mean, for a place that's kind of like a police state, they don't do a good enough job of, like, keeping an eye on people like me, just wandering in the streets dressed like a mercenary with a giant sword. I mean, yes, I am going to get accosted and attacked, but there's plenty of times where nobody seems to think there's anything weird about me walking around here. It's like I blend into the crowd. Not really. It was nice of Piz to stop by. He's really the only company I've had, which is a little disappointing. But maybe I didn't give people enough of a heads up of what was coming. And as I said, this isn't really supposed to be a live event anyway. This is more about people being able to see later once it's on the proper channel. Right now it is only on my channel. But that will be rectified as soon as possible. I'm still deciding how long I'm going to play this. We're a little over an hour, which is barely anything. But I don't want the videos, the episodes, or whatever you want to call them, too long. But at the same time, who wants to break it into a bunch of little pieces? So we're just going to go by feel here. Take another look at the city. There we can see the reactor and some of its wreckage. I think we're going towards that building eventually. The whole thing is Cloud's just trying to get to the train station and stuff keeps getting in his way and diverting him. Damn PS4, I really thought the fan would calm down a bit by now, but I guess this is what we can expect. I forgot to ask him just what I thought of volume in general, like my voice versus the sound of the game. Because I don't want to find out that my voice is really loud and the game's really low, or vice versa. In my experience, the game is usually, if I play it at the volume I normally play it at, that's too loud. And that the thing to do is turn it down. So it is down pretty low, my, TV. Ah, error. So, of course, this is not in the original at all. This whole weird, invisible thing, wispy things attacking her. This is all completely new. I don't hate it. It's okay. It's kind of weird, though, because at first, you think, is this something that, like, Sephiroth is doing or controlling? But you find out, no, that they actually are kind of opposing They're actually kind of opposing Sephiroth.
Are you
Oh, hell,
okay?
there's somebody. Okay, RetroCac. Maybe...
Hey, are you okay?
What's the volume like for you? Like, is the game louder than me? Am I way louder than the game? And how bad is that fan?
Here, this is for you.
I'm over an hour in, but I'm not really sure how things are
That's right.
sounding.
It's a gift. You know, for scaring those things away.
What things?
Never mind. Think of it as a memento.
Just my luck.
Yeah, the actress, she's got the nice cheerful
I heard that, you know.
cheerful demeanor down. So I'm always nice. I always take the nice.
Well, that depends on the customer. In your
It's not in me to ever be rude to Aerith.
It's on the house. Lovers
There's her
used to make
beautiful,
things
beautiful
when they were
theme song.
reunited.
God, I love it. One of my favorite pieces of classical music, period. Just gorgeous.
Look, I'm involved in things. Dangerous things.
Oh, I'm
Goddamn
sure you
fan.
are.
See, it wouldn't be so noticeable because usually
So keep your
I play the
distance.
game with volume a lot higher so it drowns out the fan a bit, but I'm afraid of having the volume being overpowering, and I'll put it up a little bit.
Relax. No one's going to attack you. I promise.
You don't know that.
Hey, a Mako reactor just blew. You shouldn't be out here trying
I mean,
to
the
sell
designs of the female characters are so crazy. You see Jessie and you kind of fall in love with her, but then you remember Aerith and you're like, oh, right, Aerith.
Help me.
I mean, just so great. Once she makes physical contact with me, now I can see them. I don't think I fight them at this point. Don't we just run? I mean, eventually we do fight them. And they are very annoying things to fight. But as I said, yeah, like, towards the end of the, well, of this, when you're up at the Shinra building, you find out these things are not in league with Sephiroth. They're kind of their own thing, but they don't seem to really hinder him either, so it's weird. These guys are completely unaffected.
No, you're right.
And Aerith just takes off here. This is kind of funny.
Wait!
Yeah, just sure, leave me to get arrested.
Nice meeting you.
See, nice meeting you.
Sword on the ground, right now!
Yeah. Yeah, because I've never streamed. Most of the games that I like live stream, they're not even legit PS4 games. They're usually just ports of older games and things. So the live stream, something that really pushes the PS4 hardware-wise, I knew the fan was going to be an issue. But what else can you do? I mean, my PS4 is, you know, several years old now. The hard drive's full. I'm using of course, an external hard drive too,
It's
and
never in doubt.
this game really pushes the game to its limits. Yes, I'm deliberately getting in these fights. I could ignore some of these guys, but I will seek out conflict. These guys are easy enough, you can just cut through them. You shouldn't probably have to use magic or special abilities or anything. Now here once again, this is why it was worth coming here. It was for this. We've got some materia here, some command materia. The purple. Deadly dodge. No time for it now. I'm not even... Yeah, so... Is there any point in going down here? I don't know. Because that square or whatever is where we're going, but... I'll show y'all clear. Oh, this will be a little tougher because we got some guard dogs. Still, I say get that XP where you can. Yeah. At least at moments the fan does recede a little. Get off me, Benji.
No holding back. Let's finish this. That's that.
I didn't think that would happen twice. That's okay, a little bit sloppy. As I said, I just haven't played the in too long. Got 2 eye potions, no, better save it for a more desperate situation.
You're mine.
Yeah, this is the first time you hear sort of the normal battle music, which sounds really great.
It's over. Was never in doubt.
Yeah, there really was no point in coming down here, was there? Unless there's something good here. No. Oh, yeah. You got a chest. Power wrist guards. Can I put those on? equipment. There we go. There. Fan's a little bit under control now, but I know it'll start up again once something happens. Security officer B. Not much tougher than A, really. They can. Oh, there's grenadiers though. They're annoying. So they will show up eventually. I gotta remember not to just go berserk on these guys and actually use some strategy. You know, grand scheme of things, it's only been a few months since I played, and yet I still feel ridiculously out of practice. The feel will come back though. So yeah. I can't play Final Fantasy VII like you play Nier. Even though they are hack and slash elements, they're not the same. This bit goes on for quite a while. Like, you just keep getting attacked. Close the difference. There's those damn grenadiers. Luckily, they don't have much defense. You can cut through them. You don't want to have them have distance so they can attack you from there. So usually my strategy is like attack sort of long-range type guys first and leave the close-range guys for after. Because you don't want long-range guys hanging back shooting you while you're fighting the close-range guys. So I remember a couple times here, it was not exactly clear where I'm supposed to go. Oh, where the hell do you guys come from? Oh, great. Hell, I'll use the high potion. Seems warranted. This is hard without Barret. See if we can get you some fire. Oh, I can't if I'm flying through the air. Jesus. I need room to maneuver here, jeez. These guys do not let up. Okay, good. Yeah, one staggered. Taking on one at a time is a lot easier.
Get ready.
Yeah, this guy's barely hurt. But he's also about to experience cross slash, so that'll help.
Don't let him escape! Give up!
Did that kill him? Didn't kill him. Or yeah, it did. 3 for 6 Now, I don't think there's a limitless supply of guys here. Like, if you stay, I don't think they can just keep throwing guys at you.
Right.
Do a couple potions here.
All good.
Oh, who now? I always have the camera tilted wrong. I never see where these idiots are coming from. Oh, now I'm getting hit by the grenadier. Yeah, you're just a glass cannon. Blah, 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 blah.
But the rooftops are clear.
Yeah, in just a second, Cloud. I need to get that chest. I know I can go up there. I just, once again, want to be thorough. Make sure I don't miss things. I'm pretty sure that is, like, the only way to go at this point. Oh, here comes somebody else. Or are they just yelling from the chopper? Yeah, right there, the game actually tells you where to go. Now.
Open fire! Shoot to kill!
Man, you guys are...
Close call.
Be advised! Target approaching residential area! Seal all action immediately!
You don't care if I'm in the residential area, you'll still use, like, heavy weapons on me. Shinra does not care about collateral damage.
Don't underestimate him!
Yep, they always do. Ah, shield guys. That is annoying. Okay. Take out the others first, and then concentrate on him. Don't get boxed in. Yeah, get a little separation here.
Still in it.
You have to fire.
Need a light?
Shields don't work on magic.
That it?
It's very comforting.
I see him!
Last thing you'll ever see. That's so satisfying no matter how many times I do it. Keep going. Oh no, we're good.
Confirmed. Target has entered residential area. Full lockdown is in effect. All units. You're mine now.
Bye-bye.
Let's go.
Any reason to be up above? I don't think so, but you guys are too dumb to intercept. Oh, look at that. That's what I was looking for.
Let's do this.
No, let's do it.
Here we go.
Oh, these guys caught up to me. Can't move again. I want to get cornered. You're getting it too. As soon as I get out of this. Stuns me. But too stupid to take advantage. Yeah, they didn't even hurt me that much. Let's come down.
He's here!
Seeing if there's anything up on this side. Doesn't look like it. Let's go. No, not him. Them. Save shield guy for dessert. That's another thing. Just let him attack and miss. Come on. No, no. Come on. That's it. Very good. Nothing. This bit along a bit because I mean they're about to like drive up on me in a jeep. After this dog, oh, guy and shield guy and dogs, they're mixing it up now. Stop switching targets, Cloud. I know there's a way to just lock onto one guy. It's not really my style, but it definitely is useful sometimes because I do have a kind of chaotic style.
Let's do this.
That sometimes leads to me losing my target.
Get ready.
Finish this dog. Ow. Damn it. Not finished yet.
Let's finish this. Time to burn.
That's not who I meant to burn. Give you.
Burn.
Not how I meant to do it, but done is done. Here comes the truck, I think. Once I go a little bit further. Ah, I knew it. Never doubt your instincts. Or maybe it's just memory. I know that truck's about to drive up on me. There we go. 2 trucks, jeez.
Into the line, punk!
You guys would have been better off just trying to run me over. Oh, man. Right, this is the part in the original game where you just jump off to the train. But here, Cloud says, hell, I'll just take them all on. Because I'm crazy.
Come and get it!
One. Just spin the numbers as quickly as possible. That's why you would probably... That's why I leave. Oh, what's that? I should heal myself?
All good. I won't give up.
That was a little close. Ah, there's a shield guy down this end too. All I'm trying to do is spin them out. Take care of the numbers as quickly as possible. Which really is the same rule, I think, even in the turn-based RPG. You know, because an enemy with even 1 HP can hurt you just as much as a guy at full power. So really, my advice is always just take out the extra guys as quickly as possible. Then you can concentrate on the stronger guys. Get rid of their numerical advantage as fast as you can. Ah, I'm sick of that happening. And there's the special guy, who, by the way, is strong enough to possibly kill you. I mean, it's not going to happen to me, but... Because, yeah, we've got 2 shield guys here, plus the special shield guy. Gotta run around and buy myself a little time. Oh, that's not good. Hear myself.
I got it.
No.
Shield front.
Special attacks like that can break through their guard. But they're pretty good at getting their shield right back in place. Ah, I hate that so much. And yet they don't really take full advantage of it. I'm vulnerable and they just kind of stand there. Yes, you. Okay. You to go. Oh, this guy. See, they could kill me here. Are they gonna kill me? No. Of course, I can't get the meter back until I, like, land a hit or something. I'm really in trouble here. I need to separate them. That did not heal as much as I was hoping. Being a little overly cautious here because, well...
You deserve to die!
Man. Rude.
There's no escape! Back in it.
I don't remember... Man, I'm rusty.
Right.
Okay.
Keep away!
That's what I hate. See? They deflect the attack and then they knock you back.
No more fighting nice.
You asked for it. The huntsman gets it. This better kill him. And it didn't kill him. But the good news is the other guy got caught up in it. So yeah, some close calls there. Of course, that doesn't hurt him as much as hurt other guys. Come on. Doesn't block very well. This guy's kind of embarrassing me. There, finally, an opening. Oh, I don't care now. Technique is gone. I'm just gonna kill you.
Shit.
One more ought to do it.
No escape.
Yeah. So that was a lot messier than it should have been. Okay, now the escape.
HQ, this is Sector 8, Unit 2.
I did not do that very well, but again, I have to chalk it up to rust. It's been a long time since I played. I will get better as this goes. It will come back to me. Yeah. Very dramatic indeed. Yeah, assholes. And they're all pretty much convinced I either got arrested, killed, or I ditched them.
Need to assume the worst. I'm sure he's fine. You saw him in action, didn't you? Guy's a soldier. Goddamn one-man army.
You think he's a keeper?
Oh my God. You had me worried for a minute.
I don't think anybody has the guts to ask Cloud why he has that flower.
Giving public security the runaround. That's what.
Yeah, make it sound like I was a lot cooler than I was. I got beat up a little there.
Nicely done.
Well, can't argue with results, huh?
Eternally grumpy Barrett.
Wait. Got a question for you all.
What?
Ever been attacked by an invisible enemy?
What?
Wearing robes. Came and went like the wind.
Thought they were invisible.
They were, at first. Only saw them after she grabbed me.
A new Shinra weapon, maybe?
Nope, nothing to do with Shinra.
More like a panic-induced hallucination.
Never mind. Forget I said anything.
That's what I get for trying to be honest with you bastards. Well, of course, the others are concerned, but Barrett decides to take the opportunity to tear me down a little. Truth is, Barrett was always the badass, and now he feels a little bit threatened by having another one around.
Lucky us. We've got a crowd to hide here. Head for the front of the train and hold there.
So what is this, like third class? People just hang out with like the cargo or whatever? So, I mean, there are actual passenger cars up ahead. Pretty full. Shove my way through. You got to say, Wedge?
Everyone's on edge.
Of course they are.
Hey, Cloud.
They even have hotels down there. If you're about to unburden yourself, don't.
Yeesh. You don't make it easy.
Should have gone to Sector
No,
3
he does
instead.
not.
Hey, got a second? You're holding up pretty well, huh? Even after what we saw at the station and all over Sector 8?
I'm a soldier.
Why don't you learn to take a
My
hit,
hands
buddy?
are still shaking.
You get used to it.
Well, now you're saying you're a soldier, but it was really important earlier on to point out that you're an
Why don't you
ex-soldier.
learn to take a hit,
You don't
buddy?
know how people want to see you, Cloud. Just tough and aloof
Will
and...
help, Cloud? Please? I can't stop thinking about it. The bomb I made shouldn't have produced an explosion that big. It doesn't make any sense.
The explosion triggered a reaction with the Mako. You said so yourself.
It's interesting it doesn't occur to them that maybe Shinra could have had something to do with it. Though again, I guess think, why would they, you know, blow up their own reactor?
Invisible
But
enemies back there, right?
Right.
No. I'm just looking for excuses for something that was clearly my own fault.
well, it wasn't invisible enemies that
I'll
did
own
it.
up to it if I'm gonna learn from this.
But
and
it's
move
not your
on.
fault either, Jesse.
Thanks, Cloud. You're a good listener.
Don't say that. Now Barrett's little run-in with the Shinra manager.
Bomb a reactor.
They've yet to announce it publicly. But I heard it was Avalanche.
This should I think it would be very obvious to the people on this train that we are involved with Avalanche. Like, look at Barrett. He's this massive guy dressed up in basically like tactical gear with a gun for an arm.
Everyone knows Avalanche
And here he goes giving a big speech about how great Avalanche is. Doesn't it occur to anybody that maybe you are a part of Avalanche?
Just who do you think you are?
A law-abiding, concerned citizen.
Not exactly, Barrett.
Really?
That gun is perfectly legal, I guess. I don't know. It's a weird world. You can carry massive swords and guns.
That explosion was a message. A message to the bastards bleeding our planet dry.
There's nothing subtle about you, Barrett. You can't just let our work speak for itself. If there's a speech to be made, he's there to do it.
Y'all's masters.
We will not submit to intimidation or violence, but work together for peace and prosperity.
See,
That
that thing is...
civilized people change the world.
He probably actually believes that. He doesn't understand that he's a tool of Shinra. As we said, it's not like everybody that works for Shinra is bad. I mean, tons of people work for them. It's just the motherfuckers at the top. And obviously a few who don't care, because they like having a little bit of authority.
It's what we believe. We all have to follow our conscience, don't we?
We do. That's why I have this gun arm and I declared holy war on your company. Let's give him a little advice, Cloud. Even though you can't remember less than like a few days ago, really. And the rest of your memories are broken up and shattered.
Shinra creed my ass. We're the good guys, damn it. You hear that, Super?
Okay, okay.
Shinra creed my ass.
We can go make some more time with Jesse. That's where we get to look at the, just like in the original game, you get a little look here. Oh, not at the map, maybe it's just the news. Okay, how come I can't? There we go. Sometimes the game's fussy about.
Personally, I find visual aids make the dull stuff a lot more bearable. If it helps, think of it as an initiation rite.
How many times do I have to tell you people? I'm not...
There's such a thing as playing too hard to get. So, here we've got a wireframe.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we get to see the nice model. And you get to see the route of the train. Barrett does eventually say something very philosophical about the train, about how it can't go anywhere off its own track or something. I don't remember what point that's at.
The train will be passing through an ID checkpoint shortly.
This here is the train's route. As you can see, it'll take us around this main pillar. Look, we're about halfway through it now. They've set up a checkpoint here to scan the IDs of all passengers heading in and out. Date of birth, residential status, criminal history. All that
it's what you expect from like a police state. And yet it still feels like we move about a little too easily. Because I mean, yes, we needed the fake IDs to get past this ID scan. But maybe somebody should have been there to like actually physically stop us from getting on the train if they thought we looked suspicious. Because we definitely look like a mercenary group or a terrorist group or whatever. But I don't know, it's a Final Fantasy world, so you'll often find people with tactical and functional clothing and weapons, so I guess that's...
Take a good look. It's because of that great big pizza in the sky that people down there gotta struggle to survive. Shinra sucks up Mako while the soil turns to dust, the air fills with smog, and the flowers die.
Then leave and don't look back.
You sure like flowers, don't you, Barrett?
That's what's always worked for me.
Well, that's all well and good. If you're only out for yourself. But the folks down there don't have the luxury of choice, you know.
Well, to be fair, Cloud does not have much experience in Midgar. Although he must have had some when he first went to join Soldier.
There's only one way it can go.
Oh, it's actually Cloud that says it. 7th bar, Tifa's bar. This is chapter 3. I don't think we're gonna go beyond chapter 3. Which I know that's pretty short, but I don't know. I think it might be the better way of doing this. I'm obviously capable of playing this game for hours, and talking for hours, anybody who knows me. And I will. But I don't want to do the episodes too big. Otherwise, they'll take forever to transfer over to the other channel.
Yes! Bombs detonated 1, members lost 0.
And one step closer to a brighter future.
Hell yeah!
Guys! Lower your voices, huh? People are listening.
They're like, our bomb was great. Yeah, you might not want to.
Now get some R&R. You've earned it. Just be ready for the next mission, all right? See you soon. At 7th
Want my damn money.
You know, where Tifa works? Don't keep her waiting. She'll worry.
Yeah. So, just like before, everything is so much bigger.
Are you sure you haven't seen my husband?
I'll do the here to
Wow, am I hungry? Guess I'll stop by one of the food stalls. Oh, you hear that?
What are we even doing here?
That's where towards where the train graveyard is. Place we can't go to yet.
Weird stuff going on.
So unlike, you know, the original version, you can't talk to everybody directly, but there's a lot of people with their own dialogue, which is a little more realistic. That they're just sort of talking to each other and not just some random stranger with a giant sword who walks up to them. Trying to listen into the conversations. But since I'm doing this as a commentary, it's a little bit different. There's one of the first places that you can eventually buy stuff at, but I guess I can't now.
So the Mako reactors...
That's good. Which is enough fried march.
Different stands here. Nectar of the Gods. Let's look at some of the graffiti.
TVs. He's been watching the news this whole time. Oh, that's actually not a bad idea.
Avalanche. A lot of it is Avalanche propaganda.
I've never felt the ground shake like that.
So what you eventually find out is that Avalanche is a much bigger outfit than just this little group that Barrett leads. That I guess that there are other, what's the word I'm looking for? Other cells. And there's some sort of central leadership or something. And we're considered kind of an extreme cell that they've kind of distanced themselves from. That's not in the original game at all. It's an interesting idea, though. Maybe because since the scale of the game is so much bigger, they need to have sort of that scale catch up with it. So it's not just like a group of 4 or 5 people terrorizing a city.
Mako is the lifeblood of the planet?
Well, it is.
Goddamn eco-warriors with their dumbass posters. I tear them down and they're back up inside of an hour. Like I've got nothing better to do. I mean, look at all that steel work. You trying to tell me that's not progress?
I don't know. I think it's something like what the Nazis said. A little flash there of like the future, which is also quite different. Cloud having a little flash there of the pillar coming down, which of course it eventually does.
Figures.
And our weird hooded friends again. But I still won't have to fight them. They're just making another little appearance. They're tied into like fate and blah blah blah, which will eventually be explained, so. Another restricted area. What's it say here?
Warning. Gate broken. Fiends in area. Exercise caution. No
Fiend
reason
is
to
just
check
sort of
it
any
out.
kind of monster or enemy, I guess. Taking a beat here. And of course, Shinra
Excuse me.
is here too.
Due to an emergency, entry into this area is prohibited. Sorry for the inconvenience.
You call that a warning?
No, sir!
It's like, you don't understand. You're a Shinra soldier. You have to be a straight-up loudmouth fascist. Being polite is not the way to go. Now, wait a second. Didn't I just see, like, the gang a moment ago? They must have run on ahead. I know that Wedge was babbling. It's quite the path just to even get into the proper slums. Sector 7, yo. And there's Tifa's bar. Have a great day. So this is a much bigger area than originally, but for now, I think they limit where we can go. We're going to see them watching the news report, which again was a new thing in Final Fantasy. No Final Fantasy games before this had like television. They were very like a medieval fantasy thing with a little bit of steampunk put into it. There certainly wasn't this level of technology present. So it was very different when Final Fantasy VII, the original, came along. And of course Shinra control the news too, right? They control everything. So they control exactly how the news is spun and dispensed. Yeah, for now I don't think I have any choice but to just head, yeah, see the camera? I don't have any choice but to head straight for the bar. And finally we get to see Tifa and Marlene.
Marlene.
Daddy, you're home. That's right, Angel.
Welcome back.
Have you been a good girl?
Yeah, I've been helping Tifa.
Oh, you did you? Well, well.
You made it. Where'd you get that? I can't remember the last time I saw a real one. Huh? How sweet. When did you get so thoughtful?
Guy can change. Has been 5 years.
Although hell if I remember them properly.
I need to talk to Barrett.
Right.
Yeah, money, money, money. I don't even know what you want the money for, Cloud, exactly. You don't have like a home or anything. The job is all you have at the moment. But I guess you just gotta keep up your image. I gotta wait. Hey, Marlene.
Yeah, your money. Ask Tifa. She takes care of all that.
I think I would go, and Barrett freaks out on me for scaring her.
What the hell you think you're doing, scaring my daughter like that?
Yeah, it was really threatening the way I went,
Never talk to strangers.
That's right, honey, I do say that. What a good girl you are, remembering Daddy's lessons. You know what else?
Yeah, she'll grow up to be very interesting if she has to keep absorbing all Barrett's lessons.
But I'm not tired. I want to talk some more, Daddy.
Damn this fan. I really thought I would start giving it a rest. But I guess the PS4 is just...
So then, what can I get you?
It's just getting close to the end of its road. I mean, not that it's gonna conk out on me, but I just mean... Better not conk out on me. I'm in no position to replace it or get a PS5.
We should talk.
Gotta start saving some money. Wish I was like Cloud. I could just go do some merc jobs, and next thing I know, I'd have the money.
Daddy, did the people who died all return to the planet?
So it's interesting she uses that term, return to the planet, which is something we don't really hear until Aerith starts talking about it with her ancient stuff, etc. Yeah, thanks, Barrett. You're so great at dispensing lessons to everybody. You are truly an educator.
Before we get on to money, there's an empty apartment in a place just down the road. It's nothing fancy, but I was thinking you could stay there for now. The landlady's a big friend of the cause, so
I
you
hate the
wouldn't even
landlady.
have to pay rent. Sound good?
Sure does. Thanks.
Follow me then.
I guess in the original game it seems to be implied that Cloud just sleeps at 7th Heaven. I always thought maybe there was an upstairs that had apartments, but Tifa herself doesn't sleep there, so...
It was wrong of me to put you in danger like that.
Well, I know.
I promise I won't do it again.
Dangerous part of the job. Don't worry about me.
I'll try not to.
Always happy to
Oh,
help
there's a mention of
Station.
Wall Market in the background, which will of course become important later.
So,
Wall Market is in
make
Sector
nice
6
with
next
everyone?
door, but harder to get to than it sounds.
Maybe not enough for them.
Good. You had me worried. You're not exactly a people person.
I'll give you that.
We're almost there. Then I have a decision about whether I'm going to continue playing or not.
Sector 8 on the news.
I don't think I should. I think
It's like a war
you know, this will be about 2
The news
hours.
is just another
Maybe
Shinra
that's the best way to do it.
Let's spread whatever lies Shinra tells them to.
So, it wasn't that bad?
It was.
Oh, right.
Not entirely our fault.
And here we are.
Yeah,
Good
see,
old
at this point I
Stargazer
can't do any
Heights.
exploring.
You're
Just
on
have
the
to
second floor.
follow Tifa. Second floor. Wow, this is ritzy.
Room 201 here is where I sleep. Don't have time for much else, what with Seventh Heaven and all. Not
Yeah, I
even
think it's
time to
weird you don't
decorate.
sleep there, but okay. What about this mysterious door?
Here's your room, 202. Don't worry, I already told the landlady about you.
You did?
Yes? Oh, I mean, I told her I had a friend looking for a place to stay. Was that too much?
No. It's fine. And this?
That one's...
Oh, some wacko lives there.
You know what? It's getting
Yeah,
late.
and that's one of our
introduce
other
you to Laura.
Sephiroth clones. A damaged one who's got a tattoo and all messed up about the reunion. We'll get to see him. Again, not quite as subtle. A lot of stuff that was more subtle in the original game. I guess they felt like making a point about some of it.
But should be enough
Maybe to
get
make
you through
things a
the
little
night.
clearer. I don't
If you want
mind, but I
anything
also
else,
like
we can
games where
always
sometimes
always-
you have to pay attention to pick up on story details. Now, I'm not saying there's anybody that could have played the original and not understood the stuff about the Sephiroth clones and the guys in black with the tattoos, blah, blah. I mean, it becomes part of the plot. You can't avoid it. But still,
Sorry. We spent
I
the
do think
rest
it is easy to
preparing
miss
for the mission.
sometimes smaller
That
things.
really
But
is
this game
it.
doesn't really let you
But
do
not
that.
for long.
Which is
I'm
fun,
collecting money
because they're
for
trying to
filters
tell a bit more
tomorrow, so I can
sophisticated,
pay you
detailed
after.
story.
And you're sure about that?
Of course,
And
as
for like
long as you
99% of
know,
it,
that is.
I'm fine with what they've done.
Then I'd have to pay you for that too. Never mind.
No, 2,000's enough. That's what we agreed on, so that'll be the price. With what you gave me, that leaves 1,500.
You're the best.
That's some good math there, Cloud.
I'll see you bright and early at the bar then. Thanks again for everything.
Just
Sleep tight.
any crazy dreams, Cloud? Ah, there we can hear.
Introductions.
We can hear Mr. Next Door. I gave a little bit of a spoiler about what he is. Main scenario, noisy neighbors. Nice look at the pillar there. But we want that sound to end, so let's go over and confront this dude.
Hey, you okay in there? Oh. Coming in.
Tifa didn't tell me where there's a bathroom. Okay. Yeah, a giant sword isn't always the best weapon. In certain situations, there's just not enough room for it. And am I really seeing Sephiroth? Can he project himself in weird ways? Not exactly clear.
Stop! Get back inside!
I know that's not Sephiroth, it's some guy. Oh, there's the vision of the future again. As the various clones make their way towards the reunion in the crater in the North Cave. It's nice to see a glimpse of that because, I mean, how far off is that actually in this game? Because again, this game only covers Midgar and there's so much more. And I mean, I know they won't abandon it. I'll kill myself if they abandon it. But I mean, what will that be on? Like the PlayStation 6? Oh, there's the tattoo.
Can I ask you to do the same?
Sure.
So it's nice to see these little glimpses. We're almost done here because I don't feel like running out and doing errands. Which is, I guess, another really one of the, I guess, sore points for some people in the game where they talk about padding. But I mean, this is based on an RPG that had like the typical random battle type of situation. In this, obviously, most of the battles aren't random. You go through an area and there's sort of a set number of enemies to fight. And depending upon where it is, you know, they might regenerate, they might come back. Yeah, not a great idea. I don't think there's any reason for coming up here, but we'll take a look. So kind of to offset that, but also have ways to still build up XP, we'll have like these little side quests that you don't, most of them you don't need to complete to advance the plot. But, you know, I'm like most gamers, and especially as somebody who likes the game, I'm going to do all of them. And some people feel like that's a little bit much. You're sort of running around doing errands for people. But,
well, now, you must
there's
be Cloud.
Miss Landlord.
I'm Marl, your landlord.
I don't mind it, but I mean, definitely there's not much to it. It's not very satisfying. You really want to just sort of get on with the story, but I'm too much of a completionist to leave things undone. But you know, I've got all this stuff done. I've got the trophies. I've got the achievements.
If you ever need an ear to bend, I'll lend you mine. Can be about anything, even Tifa.
What's she to you?
The granddaughter I never had. And if you hurt her, I'll take it out of your hide. You hear me?
Yeah, you old bag.
Good. Now you'd best get a move on to 7th Heaven. She's got a head start on you, and then some.
Again, there's not much point right here, like, in trying to run off and explore, because once you're doing the jobs, you go all over the place. So we will just go where we're supposed to go.
Just imagine if rich people start thinking it's safer down here.
Which way is the bar? This way. Pretty busy, bustling place. Yeah. No point going through there now, but eventually we will go through that little opening. Eventually we'll be able to buy stuff from these guys. Is this just a dead end, or no? Yeah. Most of these areas have a purpose, and at some point I'll visit them. Right, so you collect the discs. It's hard for me to do that now because I've got the volume down a bit. Is it over here? Because the first one is like that bizarre chocobo music. Do I just talk to this guy? I think maybe if I just talk to this guy.
Check it out. This song's pretty sweet, ain't it?
Yeah, sure.
You feeling it?
There, hip hop the chocobo. Oh yeah. It'll be a little harder for me to get some of these because, I mean, I obviously can hear that, but sometimes I'm not thinking. And since I'm giving commentary as I go, yeah, so it'll be a little tougher in some areas to find the disc, because sometimes I maybe won't realize that different music's playing, but I'll try to remember. There's the map, and that's where we're going.
Yes, enjoy yourself.
There's a picture of a chocobo. Not a very good picture, but it will serve. Oh. Got turned around. It's right behind me, jeez. White cat, that'll be something later. A little scene here.
Morning.
Hey.
Just so you know, Marlene's still asleep. Let's get down to business, shall we? These
Ooh, I like it.
filters won't replace themselves.
Oh yeah, this whole thing about water filters.
Probably could, if Jessie put her mind to it. Most every home in the area has one. Folks love them because they practically eliminate the rotten egg smell. Honestly, they make us more money than this place. And it's easy money too. We bring new filters, collect the old ones, and get paid. What?
Give me a break. I'm not a salesman. I'm a soldier.
Look, if it's not about, like, killing people or setting off bombs, Cloud is bored.
Let's get this over with.
Great. And while we're at it, I'll give you the grand tour.
Come on, Cloud, now. We have to have a source of income to fund our terrorist activities. Yeah, and eventually you'll be able to play various songs you collect on the jukebox here. You can play darts, which I'm definitely not going to do at all in this playthrough because nobody wants to see that.
Go ahead and keep whatever we collect. Seeing as you didn't bring any luggage, I'm guessing there's stuff you need to buy.
Thanks.
Yeah, we'll do this first little run, then I think we'll stop. Before we do any of, like, the missions where you actually go fight stuff. I'm going to keep these episodes somewhat short and manageable. It means it'll be a bunch of them, but I don't mind that. And I think that might just be the most efficient way of doing this. This guy's got music. I think you can buy it from him.
Hey there. Here to change out your water filter.
Tifa, baby, how you doing? Been waiting for you too. Wait, who's he?
So that's the main Final Fantasy theme, of course, present in all the games since the very first one in 1987. Such a beautiful song. They can play it at my wedding. And honestly, like if I ever do get married, which seems pretty unlikely, and I've never really wanted to get married, but I still think about these things. I always thought like the "You May Kiss the Bride" moment, like when I kiss the bride, I get the victory song. I go ba 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 ba. I mean, I was so disappointed when people I knew didn't do that. So it'll be up to me. How much money do I have? Where the hell's my money? Okay, 1,500. We're gonna buy the ice and the lightning. We already have it. Oh. I know we already have a lightning, but I find lightning really useful and I like multiple characters having it. I don't think I really have anything to sell. I can't sell any of this stuff. I'm gonna sell this, I guess. 50 bucks. So yeah, I'm gonna buy this. That would be the song that I just mentioned. The prelude, the main song. Let's see. We'll buy one antidote. They're not things you really need that much of, but now my money's pretty low.
Thanks. If you're ever in the market for anything else, drop on by. Especially if Tifa's with you.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
Okay? And let us know when your filter next needs changing.
That ass is mine. Yeah, we're just gonna finish up these filter things, and then before we can do the other jobs, we'll stop.
Stock up here, and he might throw in a freebie or two.
I don't think he ever does that. For you, maybe.
You could try being a little nicer.
Not worth it.
Not my style.
Yeah, exactly.
Our next stop is Stargazer Heights. Landlady's client.
Stargazer Heights, what a romantic name for a place in a goddamn slum.
Remember, she's a good
But I mean, I guess that is kind of realistic.
So be nice. Please.
It's like some really crappy motel you go to and it'll have like this really high-end, pretty name. Which I can't think of a good example of, but you know what I mean.
Hey, Marl. Got some filters for you.
I almost feel like there was a Marl in the original game, but
what's he doing?
maybe I'm crazy, and maybe I'm just remembering something else. Marl just sounds familiar. Maybe I'm mixing it up with another game, I don't know. Or maybe I'm just thinking Marlene, I don't know.
I'm pretty good at taking care of myself, you know.
That I do. Still, better him than you.
I love Tifa, and especially Aerith later. Their the physical gestures they make are so Japanese.
Be nice.
Because I mean, obviously this is a Japanese game, but when you're watching it in English with, you know, English voice actors and stuff, you don't necessarily always have the Japanese feel. But then you'll see like Tifa or especially Aerith like strike a pose that's kind of. Oh, see, there you go. See, that's a Japanese thing. A lot of that like Japanese pop star stuff.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
I feel like there's nothing you wouldn't do, you crazy bat.
Don't you still have work to do? Well,
Yeah.
come on then, get back to it.
Yeah, you like bossing people around, don't you?
Marl's great. She helped get me set up back in the day.
You been here a while now?
5 years, give or take. But never mind that.
So you came here directly after the town was destroyed, I guess is what you're saying. And you would have only been like 15. I wonder if there is a legal drinking age here. Like, could she show up as like a 15-year-old and be like, I want to open a bar. I want a liquor license. What are the rules of this crazy world? Ooh, an angry guy. Now this is more my style. This is what I can deal with.
Save your excuses and get out.
All right. If you could just settle your bill, we'll be on our way.
The hell? You charging me for your busted-ass goods?
My associate handles payment disputes.
You'll notice he has a sword as long as his body.
Pretty please.
Look at Cloud.
Thank you very much.
You're getting very good at customer
Seeing as we're
service.
done with our rounds and you've got a small fortune now, why not take a gander at the
I don't have a small fortune now because I just blew it on materia.
When will Barrett be back with the rest?
Before we open up tonight. It'll be a while yet, so... What do you want to do?
Don't really know.
In that case, I've got a suggestion. Want to hear it?
No.
If you're serious about becoming a merc,
I am a merc.
you need to start making connections. It's not what you know, but who you know, you know?
Another lesson for life on the ground floor.
Yep. Connections get you jobs. Jobs.
Cloud is really lucky that so many of the people around him take his rudeness with gentle good humor, I have to say. Especially Tifa, who is, like, the one person in the world that has, like, a prior relationship with him.
Yeah.
And she's being very nice about ignoring about how weird it was when he showed up and having no answers for her about what happened in the last 5 years and not really remembering stuff. She's being very kind and trying to really help out. Of course, I now realize that Cloud is not fully aware of the situation. His memory is completely fractured at the moment. Still, he could be a little nicer. Okay. The boys.
Holding down the fort.
Huh? Oh, hey, Cloud. Looking to join the neighborhood watch?
As cool as we do eventually get to see Wedge use that weapon. I think it's like a grenade launcher or something.
Lots of stuff, really. Our top priority was taking care of any beasts that wander into town. That, and teaching the locals how to defend themselves.
I mean, even in a place like Midgar, you've got monsters. I mean, you always accept that in the world of Final Fantasy, whatever game you're playing, it's a world that has lots of threats and monsters. But usually there aren't monsters in the towns, and even sometimes when there are, you think, well, these are small, remote places. But I mean, Midgar is a goddamn metropolis. But I guess they're just trying to show again how they don't really care about the slums. It's like, you won't find monsters up on the plate. At least not ones that aren't controlled by Shinra, but... the weapon stuff.
It's fine just the way it is.
That's a whole thing too, another added wrinkle that's not in the original. It's pretty simple. It's not too complicated.
At least let me show you how it's done.
Oh, I don't like handing my sword over. Sword and I have a lot of memories together, even though I don't remember most of them. I don't need a tutorial, I know how to do it. So let's go to upgrade weapon. The Buster Sword, and then yeah, we get this little galaxy. That's the core. So what do we want to start with? Attack up seems like the most basic thing. Got 6 SP left. So we can do better Punisher. And let's get the HP up. And I think that's, yeah. That's all we can fit for now. Yeah, you just use SP. As you go on, they will get more powerful.
All set? Needless to say, you'll have to try it out to appreciate the difference.
Thanks.
We'll do you one better. Spread the word to everyone who'll listen about the new merc in town.
Between him and
I have to give them credit. They spread the word very fast.
I'll march through the streets singing your praises, even on an empty stomach.
Haha, Wedge, that humor about eating, it never gets old.
Scrap Boulevard. Good hunting.
Hey, Cloud, I'll come with.
No, I've got this.
But you don't know the way, do you?
Lead on.
Oh, you got me there.
Sure thing. I know these streets better
See,
than anyone.
there's another one of those very Japanese poses. So now Tifa is in the party. And I think we'll stop here. So let's, save. We've only got one empty slot left, but it's the top one. Oh, that's the main game. That's a hard game where I'm only about midway through there. Less than midway, really. But anyway, so this new game will be this top slot. So the next episode will be a little bit boring, I think, at least to start, because we're just going to be running around Midgar, I mean, Sector 7, doing, like, annoying jobs, but it's important. I'm going to do it again. Because I have OCD about things like this. Like, I see right there, it's saved, but I'm just like, no, do it again. Anyway, yeah, so that's going to wrap it up for this part 1. We're going to keep most of these episodes short. Some will be longer, of course, once, you know, the game gets moving, but I'm going to keep these short. At least that'll make them manageable, because right now this is only on my channel. but we're gonna move it on to the Final Dungeon channel and get some content going. So that'll do for now, and I will be coming back with you for a part 2 pretty quickly, because we want to keep our momentum going also. So yeah, like honestly, I was gonna leave this maybe till a little later, and then I thought, no, you feel like doing it, let's do it. So there you go. So that ends that. So thanks so much for watching, and part 2 will be soon. And yeah, this will be on the Final Dungeon channel soon. So thanks a lot, guys, and stay tuned. And stay tuned not just for this, but also other content coming up on that channel. Jay and Eric, I'm sure, will add some stuff, plus proper episodes we'll do together. That'll do a lot. So thanks a lot, guys. Peace out. And we will finish sharing. Where is it? Where's stop broadcast? Is that it?